do you think to try to get it started?
Shut off the fuel pumps.
Huh?
It will be great taking the plugs off.
Okay, try it. Why not?
You want to try it?
You never know how long the judges will take.
Well, they're 2 cars away right now.
Oh, beautiful.
Yellow F50 going to Cavallino. This is the famous car that was driven all the way from Texas, and we have a long road ahead of us, but I think we'll get there. So over the weekend, we actually had our dry ice team came in as part of the concourse prep. So the full car got dry iced in preparation for Cavallino. The car disassembled and getting some repairs on some of the carbon. We could get to a lot more than we could normally. So if you look inside, you can see everything, all the structure and everything is exposed on the cars. So you can see the condition of the plating and the hardware. Everything that could be iced got hit. But if you look where the intake manifolds will go and cover everything up, we had a lot more access. So we wanted to get all the hoses, the hardware, the electrical connections, stuff that we wouldn't want to normally get wet, we had access to, which is why we went and used the dry ice. So it's a great tool where you don't introduce water into places where it shouldn't be. Exhaust tips, looking brand new. It's a super subtle detail, but it brings up kind of the whole presentation of the car. On the inner fenders, did all this, got hit. But another fun detail, which kind of one of the things that John and I really love, is noticing nuances from car to car. So if you look there, there's a little Cavallino marking on the e-brake caliper itself. Now this car spent time in Japan, so sometimes guys will put logos and things to emulate it, but we went back and forth, looked at a couple other reference cars and figured out that, hey, this is an actual real Ferrari part, and that logo is supposed to be there on an F50. 348 Competizione. So this was car built by Michelotto. We've got our team, Squeaky Pete, dialing it in. He cut the whole car, wet sanded. Now it's getting a full multi-step correction and polish in preparation for Cavallino as well.
So the guys in the back, Steven, Pete, the entire team are busy preparing the yellow F50 and the yellow Michelotto 348 for Cavallino. We're a day away. I'm actually not that nervous because the cars look incredible. What we do need to do now, and we'll go over this now for its owner Lewis to present to the judges, is we've put together an incredible package of all of its original files. This is the photos and the book of when the car was being built at the factory. And Mr. Matsuda, this car was delivered new, as you can see in the warranty booklet, to the Matsuda collection. We've talked about this before. To me, it was one of the best collections in the world for many years when it comes to Ferrari and Porsche. And this is super cool. He did a Ferrari meeting in 2002, the Matsuda collection. This is actually an ashtray. And then these, gotta have these, that's not correct, but the original F50 press kit. Very cool to have. So this is actually a period press kit from one of the shows. Yep, there you go. And then the actual F50 press kit with the photo negatives. This would have been the media kit that went out. So look at this. We got to organize this stuff. So here you go. Michelotto, all the original paperwork from July of 1994. Basically for Mr. Matsumoto, Michelotto built one 348 GT C-S. Insane car. If you go through the notes that they did, and then here we go. So look at this. So this is the first teaser of the car. So you guys see, currently has black wheels. That's originally how it left Michelotto. And just so cool. Excited to share this car for the first time in the US, first time publicly in this way. So you can see it's a completely different car than a normal 348. And countdown begins for our Cavallino debut of the Giallo Modena Matsuda F50 and the Giallo 348 Michelotto 1 of 1. 24 hours to go. just wipe down the wheels of this. Yep. And that's it for now. And let's throw those bolts in. And then this one here. This and this, two here. Hey, it is what it is. The Michelotto 348 is a wild, wild thing. The plugs are fouled. We are gonna try to pop the plugs out and just clean them and get it started. At this point, hey, anything can happen. You just sort of roll with the punches. I think the car could have done very well. It is what it is. We're excited for our dear friend Lewis and his F50.
This came out of Japan.
Okay.
Part of the Matsuda collection.
Okay.
Check. Try to get the order again.
License plates working.
Play with some cars.
This is fun, man. So the yellow F50, the Matsuda car, was just finished by the judges. Lewis did an incredible job. I didn't even need to help him. Our job was already done once we arrived. That car is, I mean, I don't know how you can flaw that car, so we'll see what the judges think. You never know. And then Gio here is helping us. You know, what's interesting about this car, and we haven't really talked about this too much, but here are all the original build notes of this car. So this is not a normal 348 by any means. Michelotto, I mean, we're talking everything's custom. Titanium pistons, titanium connecting rods, cams. So when you start this car, you really should have a proper warm-up procedure like any major race car. And unfortunately, when we were unloading it last night, we didn't do that. It's no one's fault, it happens. So we'll see. We fouled the spark plugs. Car like this, it's not gonna start if the plugs aren't clean. So, and here you go, here's, there you go. So we fouled the plugs. So let's see. So this car came to us on trade. At first, I didn't even realize what it was. And what's so cool is once we dove into it, ironically, while we were buying the car, Herschel was actually in Italy with Michelotto. And if you don't know who Michelotto is, you can look behind us. They obviously built the F40LM, the 333 SP. Very, very important partner for Ferrari in the 90s and even up until the 2000s. So 430, GTC, 458, Michelotto built those race cars. This was a one-off built for a Japanese VIP, Mr. Matsumoto. And basically, it's all documented by Michelotto, everything from the OZ wheels, the racing brakes, full suspension, full interior, different even a management system, so a Magneti Marelli racing management system. All of the ductwork has been changed, the front bumper, and then the engine is completely different. You've got the rear wing. But really, it was built as a one-off road car, but it is, there's no question, this is a race car. One of the most wild cars from the racing clutch, the racing gearbox. It's a complete animal, and we're excited. This is the first time it's in North America. So to share this with everyone is really just special. To be part of this car's history now. To me, a piece like this, once we document it, once we went through everything, it's just so cool. So really excited to share it. Honestly, whatever happens today, it's meant to be. It's not the end of the world if we can't get it started, but I am pretty confident that we will.
What you thinking, Gio?
You're gonna get it running. Even,
Yo,
if you can clean those plugs for me, you will be phenomenal.
what are we gonna clean them with?
I don't want to use a. Actually, I have a little tiny brush. I'm gonna make it happen.
Great, nice meeting you, sir. Pleasure, pleasure. So it actually never raced. It was a one-off built by Michelotto for Mr. Matsumoto. He was a VIP of Ferrari at the time in Japan. It started life as a 348 GT competition, and within a month of it being built, it ended up with Michelotto, and basically everything from front to back has been modified by Michelotto. We had the incredible opportunity to verify with everything with Michelotto, so we actually even have a list to go over things like brakes, suspension, front bodywork, rear bodywork, the seats, the steering wheel, and all of the engine work. The car is almost completely different. It's a truly a race car in many ways, but it was built as a street car and documented. It is street legal, yes. I wouldn't after driving it, wouldn't recommend it as a street car, and that's probably why it has such low miles. That's the suspension's nice and easy. Woo! Definitely not taking my wife out for dinner in this. Different compression, titanium pistons, connecting rods, cams. So he wanted something wild for the street. I believe so. I've actually been trying to contact him.
I met him at Pebble Beach.
No way.
Yeah, he came out of the Pebble Beach Lodge.
Wow.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very lovely gentleman.
Yes, of course. Should we close everything first, or yes? Ready?
Yeah.
Here.
You got this.
Hold that.
Ready?
Yep. Watch out. Bro, send me a bill. I'm being serious. Just be nice. Be nice in the bill. Be nice in the bill.
Now this is also not just winning a Platinum Award, this is winning the Ferrari F50 Award, and this is presented.
So the ending of an amazing day. As we were loading up the cars, the owner of the yellow F50 was surprised with an amazing award as Best F50, which came to a surprise to all of us, but is exceptionally gratifying for all the hard work that all the team members and all the sleepless nights everyone poured into that car. And the car behind us, the 348 Competizione, also won a Platinum Award. So the 348, as you guys saw, was definitely a wild ride from pushing the car because the plugs were fouled, where this is truly the most extreme example of a 348 that we've seen that does not like to run slow, so you gotta use it. Last minute, cleaned the plugs off, fired right up when it was time for judging, runs amazing, and earned that Platinum Award.